All right, this is going to be our first playlist in many for the tray project. I've already showed you, or I've already recorded a couple of things in regards to how to create an account, as well as the basics on how to actually draw shapes and correct some things. So these videos are going to be directly into the tray. So the first thing we need to do is jump into modules. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on tray. We need our project plan. So I'm going to go click on this. I'm going to bounce it out into its own thing. And we're looking for parts list. Okay. All right. And this is basically how you put it together. Okay. So the ultimate piece is right there. And that's that. So we are going to recreate some of this digitally. So the first thing I'm going to do, and we've already gone over it, but we'll go ahead and do it again. So I'm going to create a project folder. I want your last name, and I'm going to say new tray for that. So your last name and tray. Go ahead and click create. And the first thing that we want to do is we want to recreate all these pieces. Now, I am going to do a shortcut this time because if you look closely with the tray here, you'll notice that the middle tray is 3 inches by 19 inches. That is 3/4 inch thick. And you'll also notice the top and bottom is 3 inches by 19 inches by 3/4 inch thick. I don't necessarily love the idea that they made too many items. So instead of 4 items, we're actually going to do 3. There's no real reason to have something separate if it's identical dimensions. So we're just going to call it tray piece. All right. We'll need 1-inch strips and we'll need handle supports. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to go ahead and in my Part Studio, I'm going to click on Sketch. I'm going to choose the front plane. Okay, I'm going to click on the front of my guide cube. I'm also going to go ahead and click on Center Point Rectangle. Click on the middle. Move outward. Click again. Now notice I didn't click and drag. I just clicked once. I moved out. Clicked again. I am then going to go ahead and use my Dimension key. Click on the edge. Move outward. Click again. And judging from my tray, I need 19 inches by 3. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So I'm going to type in 19, enter. And if it blows up on you, you can just simply click on the front. Boom, right back to it. Okay. The other piece I need to make sure is 3 inches, so I'm going to click on the edge, move outward, click again, 3, enter. Okay. Once I have that piece, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click the check mark. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. I don't necessarily like the piece being too big. All right, and I'm going to go click on extrude. It's in red, so it's looking for something. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the actual shape. All right, and I'm clicking and holding my right key to rotate a little bit. You'll notice that it's giving me depth, but I want to make sure that depth is 0.75. All right. So once I do that, I'm good to go. I've made my shape. I need to now fillet. So I'm going to go ahead and click on fillet. Now I am going to click and drag because I want every single edge selected. You can see all of the edges involved. And I want my radius to be 0.0625. Now a lot of students will goof up and say 0.625. We don't want that. Okay, it's too big. All right, so 0.0625. Check mark. You'll now notice it's got a little curvature to all those edges, which is nice. Now in this particular case, I'm going to leave this one blue. I'm going to color the rest. But last but not least, we got to actually rename this. So I'm going to go ahead, right click, and I'm going to rename it, and I'm going to just say tray piece. Okay, enter. And then I'm going to do the same thing right here. Right click, rename, tray piece. Done. Okay. So that's how we get started. That's the first of 3 that I'm going to be doing. We'll be following the same thing, but I'll see you in the next video.